Let's come on into a nice seated posture. Get yourself comfortable. We'll start with the hands, palms down on the knees. Start to breathe into your neck a little bit. Maybe taking an ear to the shoulder. Inhaling through the center and exhaling as you take the ear over to the opposite shoulder. If it feels comfortable to, just rolling the head around. Being very gentle with the neck. And stretching through the side of the neck, taking a deep inhale there, feeling those muscles extend. Again, if it's comfortable to roll all the way around, you can take the chin up to the sky, all the way down to the chest. Just really breathing into the sides of the neck. Giving all that extra space. Beautiful. Let's bring the neck back up to neutral, still holding on to the knees. Let's start to slowly move through seated hip circles. Inhaling as you bring the heart forward, exhaling as you move back and around. Loosening up into the hips and low back. And we're on a Tuesday hip tangent right now, so we're going to be getting into the hips for the next couple of weeks. Every Tuesday, see if we can make some noticeable progress in opening up some of those spaces. Beautiful. Notice your thoracic spine as well, lifting the heart forward and then letting it sink back. Maybe lifting the chin and letting it sink down. Good. Bring yourself back to center, switch the crisscross of the legs, and then we'll start to slowly move back in the other direction, really kind of pressing off the knee, creating some openness. Feeling into the low back. Notice where you can take your breath as you move around the circle. Starting to direct the breath through the body. Beautiful. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Taking the hands up to heart center, start to rub the palms together, connecting both of the spheres of the brain. Sitting up really tall, extending up through the crown of the head. And let's start to call in intention for our practice. And as you come to settle in on that intention, bring the hands steady at the heart. And 3 times on your inhale, repeat that intention to yourself. Beautiful. Let's interlace our fingers, press the palms forward. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, send that intention out. Go ahead and repeat that with your exhale. We'll do it 2 more times. Very nice. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves up into the tabletop. Support your knees if you like. You'd like to wiggle the spine just a little bit more. You can move through a couple cat and cows. Pressing the ground away. Inhaling to pull the heart forward. Imagine your spine like a pump. You're pumping the energy up and down the length of your spine. Pulling the breath in. Pressing it back out. Really consciously pressing the ground away underneath your hands. Turning your sitting bones up on the inhale. Opening up the iliosacral joint on that inhale. Feeling the stretch across your abdominal wall. Just really feeling into all the space you're creating. Beautiful. One last time. Inhale up. And exhale fully. Then inhale your spine back to neutral. Good. Let's take our right tiptoes, tuck it under, and step back. So just leaning back into a nice little calf stretch here. Toes tucked under. Press back through your hands gently so you can feel into that calf stretch. Think about your hands rooted right under your shoulders, maybe just out in front at this point as you press into the calf. Good. We'll bring ourselves back up to center, taking that right foot off the ground, and we'll extend our left arm forward, finding this easy balance here in bird dog. Start with steadiness. Think about rolling the right elbow back so that inner elbow crease is looking forward. Beautiful. And then instead of taking our elbow to our knee underneath the belly, we're going to windmill the hand back to tap the foot behind us. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, windmill back. Inhale, lengthen. Notice your hips staying square to the ground. Nice and light against the ground. Beautiful. Let's go back one more time. This time, make a connection hand to foot. Just open up the chest. Beautiful. Release the foot and gently set down. We'll go ahead and extend our left tippy toe back. I'm going to take a moment to turn your right hand under to stretch to the back of the right wrist. Double duty there. So really press a little energy into that calf stretch, pressing the heel away. Maybe you can feel that down into the heel. Depending on your plantar fascia situation, you may feel it right into the sole of the foot. Good. Coming back to center. Palms down, energy through all 10 fingers, and we'll extend the right arm forward, finding our balance here in bird dog. Try to slow and steady your breath. Beautiful. And then we'll windmill the hand back on an exhale, tapping the exterior side or pinky toe side of the foot. Feel yourself lighter against the ground here. But strength is coming from the core, from the center of your body. One more time. And this time we'll connect and lift a little to open. Beautiful. Nice. Gently release and set down. Let's come off the hands completely, taking the backs of the hands together. You can sit back into hero's pose. Just take the hands, backs of the hands together, fingertips down, and then give the wrists a gentle roll out. Both directions. And then you go back to your 80s dance moves. Both directions. Good. All right, come on up to downward facing dog. So let's really focus on getting the energy spread out through all 10 fingers. Taking some of that weight off the heels of the hands. Maybe lift up to all 10 toes, lifting the heels way up in the air and then letting them gently sink down. Bend in the right knee and sink a little bit into the left hip and heels. Feel that extra stretch on the left side. Feel your upper back open. Good. Opposite side, lifting and bending a bit on the left and letting the right sink down. Check in with your neck. Maybe give your head a gentle shake side to side. Alrighty, so let's take our feet, so they're a little bit wider than the hips. Start to walk your hands all the way back towards the feet. So we're going to pull forward fold. Sink low into Yogi Squat. Just as low as you comfortably can. See what happens. Good, let's inhale, both arms up overhead. Press through the heels. Take our hands, interlace the fingers, stretch and open the heart up to the sky. Exhale, full fold. Walk all the way up to plank pose. We'll go ahead and lift our right tippy toes off the ground. We're going to take that right knee, sweep it up to the right elbow, over to the left, hover back, and again, right, left, back, right, left, back. Give me one more, right, left, back. I'm going to set the toes down and lower for chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart, coming into cobra, pulling the shoulder blades down, feeling your arms energized against the ground. And exhale back to down dog. One more breath. Beautiful. Walking the hands back to the feet. Sink all the way low. Maybe you would have pressed the arms into the inner thighs here to open up the insides of the hips even more. Inhale up to the sky, press the ground away, open the chest. Exhale, full fold, walk it out. Nice, and hovering our left foot. Left knee, left elbow, swing across to the right and back. To make that nice little sweeping circle with your breath. But one more. Beautiful. And lower down. As you lower chaturanga, the belly is lowering before the heart. Step down to your knees. With your back bend, only come up as high as you feel comfortable. Look at the Sphinx. Wonderful. Cobra. Also great. If your body warms up quickly and you're ready for upward facing dog, that's a little bit too. Let's keep going. Walk hands back. Sink it down. So really think about how you're sinking into the squat. Now we're getting a little bit lower. Maybe we can press the knees out just a little bit. Taking the arms overhead, press the ground away. Lift the heart open. Sitting bones down to your heels here. No push in the low back. Exhale, fold. Walk it out. Let's hover that right foot. Squeeze right knee, right elbow over to the left, making a nice big circle. Beautiful. One more. Maybe you want to try to hover the right foot as you lower down your chaturanga. So just playing with some variations. Open up the collarbone, sink the shoulders. Back to down dog. Let's go one more time. Walk it back. Make it low. Both arms up. Maybe you want to try to lift with your hands interlaced here. So a little more of a challenge. Stretch the arms back, open the chest. Exhale, fold it back down. Walking to plank. Left foot lift. And sweep. Roll your inner elbow creases forward so we're waking up our triceps. Beautiful. Left foot can hover if you want. We'll run through chaturanga. Inhale, lift, dropping the shoulders, open the chest. Very nice. Good. Slide all the way back to child's pose. Just let your arms rest out in front for a moment. Forehead all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. Lifting the hips, dropping the left shoulder down, going to puppy pose twist, pressing gently into your right hand. Nice. Come back through center, drop into the other side. Nice. And back in the center. Let's press back up to downward facing dog. We'll bring our feet a little closer to each other. Let's inhale the right heel up high to the sky. Then exhale your right toes. Careful. Right toes right between your hands. Just scooch up a little bit more. Yeah, give yourself some space. Go ahead and rock and roll back and forth. Move those hips again. So now we're in that left hip flexor. Hammy on the right. Use your blocks if you need just a little more space. Beautiful. Sinking forward, high lunge. Rotating our right arm up to the sky. Big power through the left leg. Good. Nice open chest, open extension to the right side. Yeah, in the direction of your front leg. Beautiful. Nice. And back down to center. Rise up to crescent lunge. Good. Take your left wrist in the right hand. It's a nice big side body stretch through the left side. Nice. And then hands back down to heart center. Maybe lower your lunge just a little bit. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, connecting our left elbow outside the right knee. Make that nice twist. Again, big energy up for your left leg. Beautiful. Unravel your twist, opening all the way up to warrior two. Great. So let's open up those hips even more. Think about the heads of the femurs and how they're rolling back into the hip sockets, opening everything up. Let's flow back and forth just a couple of times. Reverse warrior and a gentle side angle. Stretching, lengthening through both sides of your torso. Use one breath in each direction. Moving it forward and back. Good. Come on back one more time. Reverse warrior. And then coming into side angle. Hand can go down inside your calf or forearm across your thigh. So let's really focus on lifting and rotating our ribs. Think about that forward right hip pulling forward so it's really under you. Very nice. Good. Come on back up. We're going to straighten our forward leg. Take it to a reverse triangle. Big extension back. Then we're going to bend into that left knee, lowering ourselves down into a low lateral lunge to the left, to the back of the mat. Yes. Beautiful. Right toes are up to the sky. So again, we're dropping the left hip. You might even want to drop your shoulder inside the knee. Could even give yourself a bind here and wrap that knee. A lot of space into your lumbar spine. The iliosacral joints. Beautiful. Coming back up to center, use both hands pressed to center. Forward fold, wide angle forward fold. Inhale your heart forward over your hands, lengthening your spine. Let's leave our left hand moving down and open our right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Bringing that right hand back down, put it back up to your right front foot. That lizard lunge. And you can float back to plank and float back down. Beautiful. And yeah, sit here and get back to down. We go to our left side. Inhaling the left heel high. Float the toes forward. Give yourself that nice little rock and roll back and forth. Really allowing yourself to sink in, feeling the right hip flexor, lengthen out the left hamstring. Good, and then coming forward into that nice high lunge, opening the left arm up to the sky. Feel your breath, breathing really deep into your spine, trying to fill up your torso, creating expansion, creating a little bit of pressure. Good, back down to center, and inhale, rise up. This time we'll take our right wrist in the left hand, gentle side stretch. Beautiful, coming back up to center, maybe lowering that lunge a bit, hands start at center. Nice deep breath in, and exhale as you twist. Connecting the elbow outside. If that's a little too deep, you can take the hand back down to the foot. Think about sinking the hips back in a little bit. Beautiful. As you unravel here, rising back up and rotating right open to warrior two. Now level the hips and think about rolling open from the inner thighs. Open up the hips. Let your shoulders rest down. Flip the forward palm, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. And just flow back and forth a few times, letting the arms move around you. Awesome, awesome job. Let's go ahead and settle into that side angle pose. Keeping our forward knee above the ankle, whether we're using the forearm here above or coming into the shin or down all the way to fingertips to the ground or block. Try to lengthen the arms 1 more inch ground the sky. Find one little muscle that's not supporting right now and fire it up, turn it on. Beautiful, good. Come on back, straightening our forward leg, reverse triangle. Big side body stretch. Nice. And then lowering down to our right side, the back of your mat. You're gonna sink all the way down as low as you comfortably can. Maybe that right heel can stay in contact with the ground. If it can't, it's not, the end of the world as long as you're not straining anything. You can drop the shoulder inside the knee, maybe even take yourself into a bind. Just go wherever you can with it. Beautiful. Unravel. Using your hands for support, press back into the center for a nice wide ankle forward fold. Inhale, heart forward, right over your hands. Think about pressing into your heels to lift your shin bones. And we're going to keep our right hand down underneath the heart, opening our left arm to the side. Back down to center. Take the hands wide, hook out to the outer sides of your feet. And again, press the heels down to lift the sitting bones up. Release the back of the neck so your head just dangles down. Perfect. Gently press the hands underneath the heart. Heel toe in a couple of times. We're going to angle the toes out and drop into our hips. Pressing the knees back. Just give yourself just a gentle rock side to side. Beautiful. And then gently press up. We're going to keep the toes rotated out, arms out wide. Right arm coming underneath the left, hands together in eagle. Lifting the elbows from the front body, pressing the palms away from the forehead. We're really going to zip up through the core into the lower belly as we sink down. So the pelvic floor is lifted, the root block is engaged. Move up, pressing your knees back. Beautiful. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, forward fold. Drop your chin. Push the knees back. Breathe across your upper back in between the ribs, where the ribs articulate with the spine. Breathe into all of that space. Beautiful. Rise up slowly. Unravel the arms. Good. Shake the shoulders back. Let's even stretch the neck. Inhale, one arm up and over. Find the lower occipital ridge. Stretch the side of the neck. Stretching the opposite arm down. Nice. Release that side. And let's take the other side. Inhale up. Finding the lower occipital ridge as a little bone bump underneath your ear. Lift up on it. We're going to press the shoulder down. So we're lengthening the space between ear and shoulder. Nice. Okay, release. This time, left arm underneath, right? Elbows come up, palms press away from the forehead. So we're already got a nice stretch going on in the upper back. And then lift up through the belly, lift up through the pelvic floor, sink down in the knees. Pressing the knees back. Good, and exhale, forward fold. Use the breath to create space. Lengthen the whole spine. Amazing. Come on back up. Cool. That was nice. It was a deep one. Good. Release the shoulders. Shake them out. Good. Bring in one block inside your right foot, your forward foot. My true right. I'll pivot here. Let's go into triangle and continue to set some of the space and length that we're working with. Go just a little bit shorter than your warrior two, probably right about where you were in your wide angle. Arms out nice and long. Go ahead and reach out to that forward hand. And come on down, hand to the block. Good. Right inside the ankles, perfect. And then let's pick up those ribs and rotate. Nice. Top hand, palm down, out over the top here. Big side body extension. Feel your ribs rotating a little bit more. Lengthen both sides of your waist. Nice. Back up to center. Put a gentle bend in that forward knee. Take a reverse warrior. Nice. And then coming back up to center. Take that block out front with you as you rise in the half. Nice and steady. Think about the length of both sides of your waist. Nice. And then gently back to warrior two. One more reverse warrior. Woo! Beautiful. Coming back up to center. So you can pivot on the mat like I'm doing. I was saying that to make it a little easier to see. But you, or you can just flip flop your forward foot. It really doesn't matter. I'm gonna go over to the other side. Straightening our forward leg on my left this time around. Two strong straight legs. Drop the shoulders. Give it a big reach. We let the hips slide back and the hands slide forward. We're opening up the chest, the ribs. So the arms become this vertical line. They're as an extension of that rotated rib cage. Right? So it's pulling everything in that rotation. Feeling the length in your low back. Good. Top arm, palm down out over your top ear. Check in with your forward knee. Lifting the kneecap with the quad muscles. Nice. Gently all the way back to a reverse warrior. And as we come back through center, maybe pick up that block with you as you lift into half moon pose. Beautiful. Gentle landing back to warrior two. One more reverse warrior because it feels so good. Nice. And then go ahead and pivot back to the wide side of the mat. Nicely even with the feet. Let's take our hands, palms up to the sky and release the fingers. Deep breath in. Exhale down on one side. Inhale back up the other side. Just giving it all a big shake out. Notice how loose but how strong you feel here. One more. Good. Back the other way. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Next one. Nice. Pivot towards the front of your mat. You take a vinyasa here. Just lowering down with control. Inhaling to scoop your heart open. And exhale back to down dog or taking a moment in child's pose. Depending on where you end up, just feel the space that you've created for your low back, the extension of the spine, maybe in your hips. If you are down in child's pose, feeling how easy you sink in. Beautiful. From either pose, wiggle yourself forward down into a low forearm plank. Firing up the legs, drawing the heart forward, feeling the triceps pull back and pressing through the forearms. So with the yogi plank, let's put hands palms down to parallel forearms. You're making a little window in between the thumbs and index fingers. Think about the leg power, pressing your toes into the ground, lifting the navel up, pulling the shoulders down. You feel any pinching in the low back, you'll set to the knees and tuck the sitting bones a little bit more towards your heels. Notice your neck and jaw. Beautiful. Gently press to dolphin. Hips to the sky, pressing out of the forearms. Tippy toe your feet in, shorten the distance just a little bit. And open up to the lats. Beautiful. Gently set to the knees. We'll lift back up to downward facing dog. More of a standing series here. Inhaling our right heel up high. And then step that right foot forward. Rise up to warrior one. Beautiful. So depending on how your shoulders are feeling today, we're going to take cow face with the left arm over, right arm under to start. So use the arm extender if you need it. So we're going to bring those hands connected via the strap. Fingers to fingers. Lining up the back heel, the right and the forward heel. Warrior one. Inhale, lift the heart open. Exhale, humble warrior. Notice your right hip drawing back here. So we're square, we're strong. Beautiful. Inhale back up. Let's keep our arms bound if possible. Lifting to warrior three. Lift the chest open. If your arms are crushing your head down, release the strap. Beautiful. Gently land a crescent lunge and release the arms. Nice. Whew. Take the arms down, just stretch them down. Next, let's keep the arms bound behind the back, shorten the stride, dropping the left heel down, coming into pyramid, two straight legs. So we can keep the arms bound here, or take the hands into reverse prayer. Either way, maybe you should try if you like. Bound down, we're in reverse prayer, and let's forward fold, pyramid pose. Keep the legs very, very strong. Beautiful. And then release, taking the hands all the way down. Gently draw your right hip back and up, and your left hip down and forward. Nice. And then we'll keep our left hand rooted, ground or block. Opening our right arm up into a revolving triangle. Beautiful. Good, good extension there. Think about pulling the spine long, heart forward over the fingertips. And here with this rotation as well, the right arm only goes up as high as we can rotate our rib cage. Beautiful. Back down to center. Gently step the feet together. Give yourself just a little hippy shake. And then inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, step yourself back to plank pose. And let's go ahead and take one last vinyasa here. Lowering down, scooping open, and exhaling. Left heel up, left foot steps. Warrior one, dropping our right heel. Rise up. This time the right arm will go over, left arm under. So again, connecting the hands and the strap. Lifting open the chest, feeling the great tricep stretch here. Nice, and then exhale the humble warrior. Beautiful, inhale back up. Nice and gently lifting the warrior three, keeping those arms down. Hips are square to the ground, lengthening your upper back. Gorgeous, gentle landing, crescent lunge. Release the arms, in the shake, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders down, lift your heart open. Next, you might shorten it up for pyramid, landing both heels on one line, heel to heel. Scissor in a little bit here through the inner thighs. Follow the same pattern you did with your arms last time, whether it was reverse prayer or long arms bound. Square hips to the front, short end of your mat, and hinge. Think about pulling the left hip back and really keeping the length in your spine for as long as you can. And then rolling down a little bit deeper. Good, and then release the hands for support, and then deepen into it even more. Whether you've got the hands on the ground or on blocks, focus on pulling the left hip back, right hip forward and down. And take some deep, deep breaths. Nice, and let's take our rotation. Here we go. Hand rooted, open up, left arm up to the sky, and revolve triangle. Awesome, awesome job. Coming down. Let's step together. Bring those feet wide. Drop yourself down into one last yogi squat. So actively press the knees wide, get the heels down. Think about lengthening the torso from sitting bones to the top of your head as vertical as you can. And if you're interested in a little twist here, drop one shoulder inside the knee and open up the shoulders. So we can do that with the wide open arms, and or you can bind like we did in that low lateral lunge. Do either variation there. Good. Opposite side. Beautiful. Nice. Unravel back to center. Gwen, land to your seat. Support just behind the knees. And rock and roll the length of the spine. You can pump the legs. Beautiful. One more or two more times. And then we'll come back down on the back. Just let the back rest down. Let's hug the knees up underneath the shoulders. Let's just stay on our backs. Instead of doing pigeon, we'll do Supta Gopikasana, and we'll just stay on our backs here and get deeper into those steps. Start with thread the needle. Start by ankle over thigh. Right ankle over left thigh is fine. You're going to hug that in. Hugging behind the left thigh and just gently drawing in. Think about the length of your spine and pressing the back of your sacrum into the mat. Good, and then releasing the back of the left thigh, just cross that right leg fully over, and now we'll hold to the outsides of our feet. Now we're just a little deeper in. You can deepen this by the amount of pressure you're putting on your feet and how high you lift them away from the hips. If you're down by the hips, maybe a little less intense. If you bring them up here like handlebars, it's going to be a little bit more intense. Beautiful. Release the feet, keep the legs crossed, drop both legs off to your left. So your right leg is on top. Yep. Perfect. And let's look out over our right shoulder. If you want, take the left hand, put it down into that right hip crease. I know it's a lot of instructions, but pick up one or two pieces of it. And we can kind of lengthen out the spine. The breathing is the most important part. So as long as you're doing that, you're doing it. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, we're come back into the center. Just give your legs gentle egg beaters and shaking them out to the sky. And then we'll cross left ankle over right knee. Flex at both of your ankles here when you're in thread the needle. So we're going to keep those legs nice and active. Interlace the hands behind the right thigh and draw in. Beautiful. Release the clasp on the right thigh, crisscross the knees all the way over, and grab onto those feet. Yeah, opening your knee up. Also deep as you can. Nice. Release the feet. Stay across the knees. Drop the knees to the right. So now the left leg is on top. You can look out over your left shoulder here. And maybe even press the right hand into the left hip crease. Beautiful. Gently back to center. Again, gentle egg beaters just to shake it out. And then go ahead and take a happy baby pose and maybe even just gently rocking laterally. And then settle in. So allow the weight of your arms to facilitate the stretch. Hands up and soles of the feet. And it's just the weight of the arms. Opening up the hips. Taking pressure off the low back. And the spine lengthening, articulating to the mat. Give yourself one last little squeeze before lying out flat into Shavasana. For if you have any other comfy pose that you'd like to use for Shavasana, like the wall, a bolster behind your knees, whatever it is that's really comfortable for you. Go ahead and relax. Just a few moments here. Sliding the hands flat out at your sides with the palms open to the sky. Feeling into the electrical current flowing through your body. Maybe feeling into all of your little nerve endings, nervous systems awaken. Just taking note as you allow your body to float here on the gentle wave of your breath.
start to gently back. Imagining that be floating back into the room, setting itself back on the ground. Taking a couple deeper breaths and wave of energy down to the fingers and the toes. Maybe taking the arms up overhead for a full body stretch. And then you can either hug yourself in, gently rolling to one side, or again, giving yourself that little rock and roll and rocking back up to your seat. We'll bring ourselves back up into a nice tall seat. This time opening our palms up, not on our knees rather. Just allowing yourself to take in all the opportunity today has in store for you. Taking a moment with your eyes closed, setting your gaze up to the third eye, trusting your intuition to know those opportunities as they present themselves. We'll take our hands up to heart center, taking a moment to send out a little extra love and encouragement today. And taking a moment to invite extra love and encouragement back in. Namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yay! Thanks, guys.